Yes. To remind myself what the hell I was doing. At least as far as the airfield, I don't see us holding back. Our course will hold us back though. Okay. Mr. Radar needs to refuel. I could build a bridge here. Not sure if it's worth my time. It's better to try to dismantle things, build additional roads here, just to give our glider units some room to maneuver. Okay, can we do anything? Two energy. Not that great. I don't think it will really wants to build anything in the airfield anymore. We're definitely getting within capture range. I'm expecting heavy artillery here. So let's say there's heavy artillery there. Can probably shoot at the road. We should at least expect that. Maybe they can't, but it seems like a safe thing to assume. At least we can't ignore the possibility. I'm not sure if it makes sense to attack with this. Might make more sense to try to protect the fuel truck from the aircraft. You can at the very least see the radar. The only one unit can attack, so I'm not worried about that. Radars aren't too expensive anymore. I leave one here? Probably should, but at the same time, we could really use some heavy hitting units here. And here, it's very hard to even move forward. Probably should build a road here. Okay. And now yeah, I think we want to secure a path to the buggies first, because if the weather changes, they're the ones that have basically nowhere to go. They're gonna be stuck. A repair vehicle. They have to die. They can pretty much undo everything we have done here. Out of view. What a shame. We are gonna need some infantry here. Yeah, don't have any plans on losing these places, but that's how things from time to time go. I could kill that one too. I don't think it's worth it. Yeah, it can cause a lot of damage, especially to this guy. But it's I would have to sacrifice almost full experience snake to do it. And it seems like they might be able to just make more of them, so I'm not sure what's the point. Anything you need at least fuel. Do some repairs. At least it doesn't look like we're in anyone's attack range if we start harassing this. The aircraft are gonna need experience. And I can't exactly just give it to them. My plan is... we need 3 support craft, 2 tankers. We probably could make it with 1 tanker, to be honest, but it'll slow the tanking process down and it'll make the tanker will die there. It doesn't have fuel to return anywhere. But with 2, we don't have... range is not a limit and refueling is very fast. So I think the time saved there will pay for itself. We need a transport helicopter with patrol or two. I don't think we'll achieve much with that, but it would be foolish to ignore the opportunities that might arise. If we can basically get any kind of foothold there on the other side that's not threatened, that could make a huge difference. Then half a dozen combat craft. Most of them have to be seaplanes. Probably should try to build those as soon as possible. Not that we necessarily have to need them right now. It's more of a... you might have time to gather a little bit of experience on them. That on its own could be very valuable then. I mean, if we just send pretty much 0 experience newbies there, it's gonna be a tough fight no matter what. With experience units, I think we have a great chance of locating and taking up the red medium range missile. Hopefully the light brown too. Light brown is probably more likely. It's I see that as an easy target more than anything else. I don't think we can really protect everything here. Might be better if we just take something out. Getting rid of the radar might be the wisest move. This can't shoot at us if we go next to it. So the exterminator and the other Medusa could fire, but they're not gonna kill it. And eye poking has always had good results for us. I could go into the snake. There's no way they could harm us too much, and that would guarantee that we could take Mendel on the next turn. They don't have really infantry here, so they can't take it back. I'd like to move into a position where I can threaten the airfield and the city here. And if we get a little bit damage, that doesn't matter in the slightest. And I think we're south enough that no medium range missile can reach us anyway. Don't dare move from here. I'm pretty sure the forest edge here more or less covers the edge where he can shoot the missiles. Maybe not exactly, but it's somewhere here. No point taking the risk for something that's harmless to us. So yellow does nothing. Light brown is surprisingly passive. We could get a free unit out of this. We get within firing range. No. We have... I don't think we have infantry. Okay, support units first. You know that they have rangers, or at least had at one point. Can't allow the fuel trucks to enter here. At the same time, I'd like to attack targets here. We are going to have to waste some energy on maintenance duties. Just not sure how much. No ammunition. It's no good. They could have a facility here. I don't have any ammunition really. Yellow would need to up his game a little bit, otherwise it's gonna be troublesome. I'd rather have him lose these. I mean, he's just sitting on them. He has the energy to produce stuff, he just won't. Not a huge amount, but still, he doesn't have the capability of really doing much, and it's just sitting there. I mean, he basically has no combat capable units holding this, and the only units he has there are holding back. I don't get it. It's an old AI, so it's not exactly a shock that it's gonna suck ass. Especially since we played this game already so much, we know that it's gonna suck ass from time to time. You need to be repaired. You don't need to be refueled though. Okay, what exactly do we want to achieve? We can take the mineral seed. There's no way they can take that. Probably just try it there now. Yeah, it's a couple of extra energy with no risks attached. I'll take it. This is probably pretty risk-free too. It's the upper portion that's not so much. They have to have some kind of a factory. That's what they're, but that's protected by the medium-range missile, so that's a no-go area for us. If we're gonna go there, we're gonna have to move forward with a massive amount of units that has a lot of filler units. Things that we can basically just throw away. At that point we might as well go with the Air Force strategy though. At the same time, if we could push through here, it would be a much more simpler task. A single refueling would definitely be more than enough. That would save time again. And it's like 1, 2, 3 turns maybe? Maybe 4. We have to go here, it's... well, it's not that much longer even if we go there. Maybe 1 turn longer. Won't make much of a difference. And it's much safer as far as I can tell. This area has no influence on red. We probably have something here, but I doubt it's an army, anti-air army waiting for us there. At the same time, I'm not sure if I want to just go there blindly and try to find out. Shit. I need to do a lot of things actually. Yeah, the support units are now on the front line. Okay, what the hell can you do? Probably not that much, but we could use these as spotters though. I don't know what's going on here. Just forest. Forest, I think, is visible. I don't think you directly see forest, but you see changes in terrain. Here's a lot of changes too. Some of it is pretty likely forest. Yeah, this entire area is fairly likely just forest. It's important because it funnels their actions in certain areas. And if this coloring in general seems to be forest, this could be basically a defensive area covered from all sides by these patches of forest, which means it's fairly safe for us to move past here. It might be a good area to try to gain entrance to, because without a doubt most of their defenses are going to be here. And I suppose we shouldn't assume too much. The reality is I don't know. Ammo truck out of it. I have to keep in mind, this is pretty much the highest as we can go. We have to start assuming that medium range missiles are going to start raining. I don't have anything to attack with. Someone has to go here and block things. Might as well be Mr. Nashhorn, one that can actually survive it. This will also give us a confirmation that they have something that can shoot on the road. I'm sure they'll have a Iron Star here somewhere, but it's more of a question of where's the exact location. Where can you move? You probably move here. Might ease up a little bit. Ooh. Medusa. Well, I was certain there was some kind of a trick there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they can probably see us. I still think that if they have an Iron Star here, it will shoot at us and we'll survive it. That's probably the main reason I want to sort of hold back the aircraft too. I want to be available at the same time. I don't want to stick my nose too far there. Do we want to repair the samurai? It's I don't know. Because they aren't really attacking us, so we don't need to hold any kind of wave of armor. So in a way we don't. I'll pull back a little bit. The problem with just storing everything in these cities is that we do know what they have rangers, and basically if they capture anything with that, we're in deep shit. I guess if I don't have strong reason to repair those, I'm not going to. It's just going to delay things on other fronts more and more and more. 15 energy per turn, 69 material. I think it's 18 or something for a gunship, 20 plus for a exterminator. I think seaplanes might be more expensive than that. But we have to have seaplanes. I don't see any way around that. There's too much ocean area here to just ignore the possibility that they might have fleet ships left. And if they do, and we don't have any seaplanes, it's going to basically whittle our air force to nothing. I guess what that's pretty much decided then. We're more or less just happy to hold our ground on the Eastern Front. Start building the aircraft, and we might want to push north though. But only if the front line with the yellow and red confrontation collapses. We can't. We want the extra production capability and energy for ourselves. I don't give a crap about the yellow. It's worthless. It's a minor distraction, the red. And it does nothing. And he does nothing. We could move our troops here, capture this that way. Okay, this is far enough in the south that I think we are okay to move in this area in general. Still, I'll be very cautious in what I'm going to do. We can easily just wait for a few extra turns for them to come to us. We don't have to rush north. We're not gonna gain anything from it. In the case we can't see any enemy, that's maybe when we want to move. But in any other case, I guess we'll just hold our ground. Need to be refueled. Better not risk losing these. Out of ammunition. Right. We could do the radar, and it's pretty bad that we don't have any kind of radar action here. But it's not cheap. I think it's at least, yeah, it's 12 energy. So it's 1 day's full production wasted on that. $24 for a tanker plane, 21 for seaplane, 20 for exterminator, 20 for transport plane. Seaplanes and transport planes are fast, but since we're going to have to escort the fuel tankers anyway, it won't particularly matter. Yeah. We can't really use them to aid their yellow either. If we get a few aircraft together, get a radar, we might be able to basically harass it quite severely. The thing is, we cannot lose units, and we will have to go after easy targets in general. we really could use the radar about now. And we do have to do some kind of basic maintenance on these things. I'll try to use the support vehicles as much as I can. It's not a minor I mean, it's not a large expenditure of energy to just refuel things in the cities, but it can pile up. It's better to just save every point we can. Not even attack anything. There's probably targets there, but it's pretty big of a risk since we can't exactly move there anyway. We don't have a capture ready unit. We might be able to bring a snake there, but if there's any kind of spotter there, they're gonna be shot away immediately. How much energy do we have? 22 left. We could build a and we do have enough campaign experience to make one experienced sea unit. I mean air unit. We could also divide the experience we have currently to a couple of air units. Exterminators would be more survivable. Seaplane is actually a bit more durable. But Exterminator just has more good ammunition to use against ground targets. Seaplane has like 1. The aircraft has at least 4. But let's just put the goddamn seaplane. Might not be able to do that much, but we might also be able to harass a few olive cores or something like that. Finish up a comet or something like that. A little bit of experience. I'm very hesitant about moving these north. I can easily take care of the exterminator. But I suppose we can load if missiles start raining on us, and we do have to know. The thing is, I'm pretty sure this is close enough to, if there's any kind of defense system here, it can fire on us. But at the same time, it's not like we can hold back forever. We're going to have to move forward anyway. Take up. We could take out the fighter there, but I think I'd like to hold back a little bit still. More exterminators. 4, 3, 2, 1. Probably a bridge here. Right, so if we get shot, the Iron Star is there. I'm sure there's a defensive turret It's just more about is it a skull or an iron star, and I'm saying it's an iron star because a skull at this point with these kind of situation is sort of it's not much of a problem for us. It's probably an iron star. No. Yes. Right. Right. Yeah, I don't think they can cause us too much loss. Problem is, I can't really replenish our own troops. Ah, shit. Well, I have to do it this way. I have to make sure at least one of them is combat ready right now. We can move next to the other one on the next turn. With the artillery and the buggies, we should be able to clear our path. We can capture this any moment we want now. We just have to kill the demon with one of them and put in the ranger. I have no plans of doing that, but if they want to produce something there, I'll take it away from them. I think we're just gonna hold our ground. Don't really have energy left, so no production, no repairs, no nothing. This we're more or less okay. We've got what we got, and let's just the aircraft. What's the aircraft? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we could move a little bit to the north. Probably a good idea, because we don't know really where our preferred targets are. We do have to take this, otherwise the exterminator won't survive. Okay. I don't think this mission is irritating because it has the medium-range missiles pummeling at us. I think this irritates me because I can't really move quickly through the turns. At the early game you have to spread out as quickly as possible to draw the favorable battle lines. Then you have to constantly be wary where to move, constantly be very mindful what to do. Otherwise you're gonna get massive setbacks and it's just going to slow you down to the point where you might not be able to finish in time. So there's not a... even though we pretty much know how this is very likely going to go and what we need to do, we can't all that quickly go through the motions. Because there's every turn there's choices to be made that we have to weigh carefully. Is it worth doing? Okay, they don't have an iron star there. At least not so close. This could be a skull too. Either way, nothing bad happened. Ooh, that demon is much more harder to take care of. By the way, who wants to eat missiles? Ooh. If we move forward from this position, we are taking a risk again. Sooner or later we might have to just take the risk. Yeah, we'll connect this there. We have to bring the radar vehicle closer no matter what we do. Might be able to give it some cover, but... it's a scuff. Okay. I'm sure it would be something. So... Patrick's patrol boat. I'm desperately trying to send demons our way now. But yeah. I'm assuming if we attack here, we're gonna be showered with missiles. We're starting to reach that area there. We might be able to attack a little bit, but we have to be very mindful of it. I'd like to do this with artillery, clear this with artillery and buggies if I can, aircraft if I can. I don't want to just go in there and try to smash through things to normal means. But it makes sense to try to capture this now. I'm not sure. The thing is, I don't see a direct benefit to us by getting this. I'm not exactly in a position to build extra aircraft just because I have a factory there. And the exterminator can wait for a long time before it has to refuel. That's a bit too far away from my taste. Ace makes waste, that's my philosophy here. Because the medium-range missiles are going to be lay us anyway, I don't see any reason to try to rush with these. Until we have the Air Force capability, there's no way we can attack beyond this point anyway, and that'll take about maybe even 2,000 turns produced, so we have time. No point rushing. We're not in any immediate risk. I think I'll just wait here in case the patrol boat decides to do something stupid. But at the same time, if we manage to clear this, there's very little left on this front. Even if they can shoot missiles at it, we might be able to just break the bridges. That way they can't bring new units or spotters, they'll have to funnel everything they have on this front. And we'd have a clear path up here. I don't know. It might be a more of an alternative thing, so if you commit it to the other front, you're not gonna get screwed over, you still have the same chances. I am a bit curious about, are the construction options the same? I mean, this can produce gunships. I don't recall if... I don't think this can. I sort of want to have these comets here. They're a magnet for supporting it. Guess it doesn't matter who kills the demon. We could go for some repairs as well. Is there an easy... well, that's closer by. And you're out of ammunition. Right. I already knew that, but for some reason I keep ignoring it. This is not acceptable. We really need the goddamn radar. It's intolerable. There could be a lot of fairly painful enemy groups there, and I can't do anything about it because I don't know they exist. So yeah, it's going to delay our bang again, but I need something that can spot things outside the missile range. Not sure if this is a better place to build it. There might be some anti-air capabilities here, and I don't see them. But there are quite a few mobile missile launchers drove there. Don't recall anymore. So I move it from here to here, although this is where the aircraft are, so it would be great if we could see this now. I have to do it somewhere. I think if we move our unit now, it'll should expand our visual range quite a bit. Repair vehicle, Nashorn. The repair vehicle has to do it. I don't want it to revive the Nashorn. It's a good chance to test the limits of the missile again. I'll sacrifice something that... one of the comets. If we lose that, it gives a shit. Actually, we don't have the capability of doing that. I mean, if we attack, it's not going to be enough to kill. We'd have to sacrifice a buggy. Ugh, it's not worth it. We'll have to get the buggy. No. Plus, I could send my own Nashorn there to pick fights. But we can kill it. But the buggies are central to our defense plan here. As long as we have them, we don't have to worry too much, and they have the ability to move forward too. It just isn't worth it. But I can attack it. I suppose it's a good test to see if the missile can fire, and it's 7 points of energy wasted at the top. So let's see what happens. It might pull itself out instead of repairing. So it might do what exactly what we needed it to do. I'm a bit wary about attacking these, because we do want the aircraft to get experience. I'm actually defending myself, but I don't think I want to throw away units. We'll just wait and see. It doesn't look like there's anything here. Anything I missed? Don't think so. Could move a little bit closer, but at the same time I don't really see the point. Okay, we cannot lose the new radar vehicle. They're too expensive to replace. No missile coming our way, so I suppose as long as we move in the forest, we're going to be safe. It's a good border to understand, though, that you know where you are absolutely guaranteed to be safe. Now, Mr. Yellow, could you do something useful for a change? You haven't even produced units for quite a while, and you're just constantly falling back, falling back, falling back. I think he produced them the last turn. Yep. Might actually be able to put on a fight again. Okay, Medusa within firing range. I don't care too much. Zero experience Medusa is like just kissing on a wildfire. It's not gonna do anything. You need a serious amount of experience before you start being dangerous. But I think we're gonna pull back though. Strictly speaking, we don't need to, but the Technotrax has no ammunition, so we probably should. We also know that somewhere here is a unit that's constantly firing at us. There you go. We should attack against the easy targets. Basically the ones who have no chance of ever firing back. And I can exactly move out of here. Should I go for the sinus? It's a death sentence for the common. I don't think so. Maybe it comes after us again. Oh well, it'll repair the Nash one and everything. But it's I think I'm fairly certain that's we're within missile range there. We need to build a road around this. It'll take some time, but it's probably worth it. Is it? It's mostly would be for the buggies though. If we want to repair these units, we'll have to bring them out anyway. So I don't know. To refuel the Alacor too soon. Okay, next turn is another new aircraft. Even with some repairs, we should be able to do that. Ah, yes, you. What exactly am I going to do here? Full experience pulsar. Now we can remove fortifications anytime we want. At least there's a good chance it'll succeed. I don't think it's quite 100%, but it's fairly high. Nice. They don't have anything too impressive here. I'm still a bit worried that I can't actually see here, so I would guess they do have a radar blocking vehicle of some sort. Are they moving any troops towards us? I think I might have to repair some of these. Just in case we, well, if the medium range missile fires at it, we're gonna die anyway, it doesn't really matter. I think this would be okay to have here. The purpose would be basically to kill anyone trying to come through the forest, especially the shitty little infantry trickling our way. Means the radar vehicle doesn't have to worry about too much. Don't really see any point in trying to go to hovercraft. We're definitely entering the area where missiles can start flying. So if I had to go there, I'm basically just throwing them away. And there's perfect anti-air defense system. I can't imagine a better one. Single aircraft there is not gonna make a difference. We should save it for special occasions where having one good strong attack might actually change things. No, it's not gonna do shit. Could take control of this. It's worth it. Why not? I don't see any capture units they have nearby. Can always defend. If they retake it, we can capture the capture unit. We might want to leave these out of fuel units here. They're wonderful roadblocks, so I don't have to defend everything. Can we do gunships? No, firecraft though. Probably, well, exterminator, sure. Okay, not that it matters too much. I'm not moving the radar forward because if I stumble upon something I don't like, there's nothing I can do about it. This will be here as anti-aircraft cover. It's an important job to fill anyway, so it's not like it's a bad idea. Seems like we haven't achieved much this time, but at the same time the Eastern Front fighting has definitely quieted down quite a bit. A large part of it was just clearing out the huge amount of mobile missile launchers, but that's not the only thing. They're totally annihilating the yellow, but the yellow basically has been fighting like 3 units. They're just very experienced and they go to repair every time they get damaged too much. So he's just fighting badly. There's no kind of massive enemy force that he has to deal with. He can't let Nashorn's out of ammo. That might be the only way he can kill it. He's gonna pull it back though immediately. So not sure if he can. I might be even tempted to finish it off. It's a full experience Nashorn. It's very dangerous, very hard to kill. But currently he has no main gun ammunition. There's the factory, right? Infantry and mobile missile launchers pumping out. It's probably right there. So we could potentially, I mean, clear this. Why not? We can do sort of a snake rush in conjunction with a ranger inside to capture it, and then hold it with aircraft. Cut the bridge connections so there cannot be any kind of a major land invasion there. Then just move north. It's worth considering. Actually, now that I think about it, the Light Brown medium-range missile has fired once during this game. So I'm wondering, does it have a refill? And how does it work? Because this square is different colored than this. I'm not sure what it means, but it means the terrain isn't the same there. So is there a medium-range missile here that can't refire? Or what? Because if there's a missile and a reloading truck, that makes the most sense to me. However, is that the case? Because it just seems like a retarded thing to do to put a medium-range missile there. At the same time, I mean, put it there without refill options. However, at the same time, the fact that it fires once, I'm not 100% sure it's here, but I'm pretty sure. I think it was the only place that made sense at the time. It fired somewhere there. If it was here, it would have been able to fire long before that, as the red medium-range missile has been firing for a long time. So it more or less has this area here it can fire on. I'm not worried about it at all, even coming here. But it firing once has made me wary about moving troops there. But can it fire a second time? In a way, it doesn't matter. I was thinking about the possibilities, because if there's a... Could we capture a medium-range missile? I don't think so. They have only one point of life, so I can't damage them and wait them to get repaired. And even if there's some kind of site that it can enter, refill, and come back out, shoot again, refill, come out, shoot again, it's I'm not sure if it wouldn't do that. It doesn't matter. We were already planning on taking our transport helicopter with us, so if there's some opportunities there, we can look at it at that time. There's no point planning specifically for that. The possibility is something we can take advantage of if it presents itself. Now, haha, the Sinus doesn't have enough fuel to go there. Oh, what a shame. We probably should actually destroy it. It might cause us some harm, but the yellow is in big trouble with their constant ability to just repair every damage. It's a bit of a risk we just saved, and it's less risky for the seaplane than it is for any other unit, so... 2 energy each turn. Yeah, the yellow can take care of these. With the transport helicopter we could also capture these sides. The reason I haven't even tried to push here is because we're well within the medium range missile range. But with the transport helicopter it wouldn't matter. Anywho. 33 energy. That's a lot. I'm looking through the airfields now, just seeing if I can pick up something more interesting. I would like the radar play. It is very, very, very good. Just exterminators. I don't recall how much it costs, but it would be godsend. No, I think I'll move the artillery forward. I'll kill the infantry with the buggy or something. I need some heavy hitters to get rid of all those alcores. Ooh, there's an Iron Star. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the elixir is the only thing keeping us alive there. Right. Still good to know. So here, 1 square above the road. It's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can easily wipe out everything here. I didn't catch how much energy this produces. Not that it really matters, but it might be important. And where the hell is my... I used the buggies already. Right. Repositioning this a little bit. It's not an easy place to reach. But once the artillery has cleaned this up a little bit, I'm sure it's fine. And I think Iron Star with no experience is a little bit less durable than a Skull. Because actually a single attack will go away. Don't want to waste energy on refueling when we have plenty of support units. Interesting. Interesting indeed. I'm actually a bit surprised we have managed to make so much progress on that front. You do need... I suppose you need the repairs at least. Actually you don't, but How stingy am I going to be with the energy? I don't think I want to be stingy enough that I'm risking my main defense line because I used to do maintain repairs. That seems like that's just gonna bite me in the ass. Too much. I want to produce the combat craft first. I need them to start gathering experience. We'll do the transport helicopter and the secondary fueling plane last. That should give everyone at least a little bit of time to try to do something useful with their lives before they are going to throw it away. Why am I building this road? It's 3 road pieces though, it's not too big a deal. I think this is more important. I mean, if the weather changes, the buggies have nowhere to go again, and that was a huge problem earlier. I don't know why I just don't deal with that. It's not an immediate problem, so it's easy to keep pushing it back. And when the weather inevitably changes, then I'm just fucked again. It almost caused me to lose control on this front, so it's doubly puzzling why I just don't do something about it. We could get an easy kill out of this. Is it worth the inevitable damage we'll take? I'm not sure it is. The entire point is to gather easy experience. If we have to basically repair these, it's just wasted energy and we're gonna lose the game experience anyway. We might be able to produce a 3rd plane on the next turn. Yeah, at least some progress. Anything we missed? Not really. Yeah, finally we're in sort of a maintenance mode. This should allow us to move forward with the turns a little bit faster. On the western front, things are still moving forward, but here we're just sort of waiting for the red and yellow to finish their squabble. And the red lost it. Just doesn't have the means to repair the units anymore, so Samurai is dead, Nashorn will die, and it can start pushing back a little bit. I don't actually care if the yellow retakes some of those sites. It just needs to hold stable on the battle line. That's all it has to do. Yeah, no more red. It might be that he'll start producing units more now that there's not an immediate threat that something threatens the factory. Not too bad of a turn. Shitty units moving around the factory, and that's about it. Few demons coming here from time to time. No threat at all. We have excess energy. There's another aircraft. I'm not sure how many do we have want to take these. The question is, what's the basically what are we going to have to do there? This has 4 torpedoes, 1 air-to-ground rocket, and I think a gun it can shoot on the ground. So 5 attacks on the ground, 4 torpedoes. I think 3 is at maximum how many we're going to take the seaplanes. Yeah, we might encounter enemy fleets, but if these are anyway even half experienced, they can crush that without too much fuss. Assuming they don't have a massive fleet and we don't get ambushed in some stupid way. But the real targets are ground targets. I mean, even if we happen to get lucky and when we attack the raid, and we're probably going to throw the entire remaining air fleet at that point against the raid in order to locate and destroy the medium range missile. We might want to save and load a few times there to just basically find out where it is and just go for it. Because it's just so crucial of a point on this mission to take it out. And I can't keep failing and failing, otherwise I don't want to replay a 100 turn mission. We might have to take down quite a few targets just to clear a way to the target. The exterminator is also a bit faster, like a single square faster, a single hex faster. Either way, it might make the difference between reaching the target and being unable to take it down. Still, this has 4 shitty attacks on ground, 1 strong attack on ground, 4 strong attacks against naval targets. Gunships, 4 strong attacks against ground targets, then quite a few weaker attacks. I mean, quite a lot, pretty much 10 attacks against ground targets, a couple of air-to-air missiles. These don't have any air-to-air capabilities. That's something to consider too. Exterminators, on the other hand, a couple of air-to-air missiles. I think they have 4 air-to-ground rockets and probably are around 4 weaker attacks. So yeah, overall the exterminators will be the most versatile fightercraft, and they're fairly sturdy. So maybe we should shift to them. It's just that if Navy units are always have anti-air capabilities, so if we attack them and they are any good like cruisers or battleships, we're going to take heavy damage on the aircraft. If we have 3 even half decent experienced seaplanes, we should be able to annihilate sizable or basically cripple to the point that they can't cause damage on a sizable naval fleet. And definitely the gunships and exterminators can take it from there. So I guess we'll do the 3rd seaplane. And exterminators after that. We're not gonna do the gunships. Although gunships could, if there is something there on a capturable site, we could re-arm the gunships there. We can't do that with the exterminators or the seaplanes. Something to consider. How much armor does a gunship have? I'm not gonna play this turn. I just want to get some things clear. 200 armor. I think exterminator has 300, so it is quite a bit sturdier. No, 215. Difference isn't much. Exterminator is the best choice if we don't have the opportunity to rearm. Gunships might be better if there's any kind of chance, because we could also repair them. it would also mean that if we encounter some unexpected random trouble, we could use the gunships to handle it, because there's at least a hope that we could, yeah, take something like this, go in there, rearm them, repair them, and go back, continue on, and save the actual aircraft for when things get serious. I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do, but I think 3 seaplanes, at least a couple of exterminators, and a couple of gunships. What turn is it? 31, yeah. Within 20 turns, under those 20 turns, we have to have the ready to go. I'm not pulling it later than that. We're going to, because assuming we destroy the missile, we still need to plow through God knows what kind of enemy defenses. So there's no guarantee how long that'll take. I can't wait too long. I'll just have to make a move at that point. The thing is, we are able to produce more and more as we go to cheaper and cheaper units. We have 15 energy per turn. Gunship requires 18. So it's not like we only have to produce every other turn at this point either. Out of two turns out of 3 we can produce no aircraft with what we have. So yeah, map-wise it looks like not much has changed, but the shift has definitely come from holding the line to now starting to push back seriously. And we're finally starting to have the energy to actually back that up. Able to mass units again. If we could have held on to our earlier aircraft, we could have moved forward a little bit faster, but I don't think it would have made a huge difference overall. Either way, we're in good position now.